It's odd how some mornings feel sharp instantly, while others feel like you're moving through fog, even though you slept the same number of hours. There are days you open your laptop and ideas flow before you even settle, like your brain woke up ahead of everything else quietly. Then there are days when you stare at the same sentence endlessly, wondering why thinking feels thick and heavy despite trying genuinely hard. Welcome to Vitality Vibes, where we explore the science of energy, focus, and flow through human rhythm and cinematic awareness every time we meet here. You've felt those random windows when everything just clicks, clarity appears, focus sharpens, and suddenly tasks that felt impossible become strangely effortless again. It's almost emotional how quickly your brain changes, swinging from fog to clarity like someone quietly adjusted your internal brightness without explanation. Some afternoons feel like your body is dragging itself uphill, and no amount of caffeine or motivation feels strong enough to break the slump naturally. Yet some nights, when you should be exhausted, your brain lights up again with a kind of calm productivity you didn't expect this late. You complete work in 30 minutes that took hours earlier, almost like your mind waited patiently for the right window instead of forcing itself. There's confusion in that rhythm. Why do these unpredictable waves of energy appear, and why don't they match your schedule or expectations very often? You've probably blamed yourself dozens of times, thinking you lack discipline, motivation, or consistency because your energy feels unreliable across unpredictable days. But deep down, you've sensed something else happening, something more biological than personal, something you can't ignore once you notice patterns repeating clearly. There are hours when thinking feels warm and smooth, like your brain is fully awake, ready, aligned with whatever task you throw at it confidently. And there are hours when your attention scatters, your breath feels shallow, and your mind refuses to cooperate regardless of intention or pressure, unfortunately. Those swings create guilt, the kind where you wonder why you can't operate consistently even when you truly want to show up better. You start questioning yourself: am I lazy? Am I broken? Why do some hours feel like superpowers and others feel like mental quicksand unexpectedly? But eventually you notice these windows aren't random. They repeat quietly, forming familiar patterns across days you previously thought were unpredictable or inconsistent. Certain mornings always feel sharp. Certain afternoons always dip. Certain evenings always open a surprising clarity you didn't plan at all. And once you see those rhythms clearly, you start wondering whether your best hours were never meant to be forced or changed artificially. Maybe your body already knows when it works best, and you've been fighting it unknowingly by scheduling work against your internal timing repeatedly. There's something relieving about that possibility, something that softens the self-blame and replaces it with curiosity and understanding for your natural rhythm. Because those peak hours feel different inside your body, you breathe deeper, your thoughts align faster, your mood rises gently without extra effort, and everything flows beautifully. You feel physically lighter too, like your internal systems are cooperating instead of arguing with each other for space, clarity, and momentum. These moments feel like you, the real you, the version capable of depth, focus, creativity, and presence without forcing discipline aggressively. And once you taste that feeling, your body remembers it, recognizing it as a kind of internal prime time it always had quietly. You begin noticing the early signals, the warmth in your chest, the mental sharpness awakening, the subtle motivation rising before tasks even begin. You realize your best hours aren't accidental. They're biological, tied to rhythms your body runs daily without needing conscious permission consistently. That realization becomes the doorway into understanding the deeper mechanism behind your biological prime time, the quiet architecture guiding your daily energy patterns. When you look inside what biological prime time actually is, it feels like discovering your body runs on tides, rising and falling with precise internal rhythms. Your energy isn't random. It's shaped by biological waves your system rides throughout the day, even when you're not consciously paying attention carefully. One of the strongest waves begins with your cortisol awakening response, not the stressful version but the natural internal sunrise your body creates automatically. This internal sunrise lifts your alertness gently, warming up your brain like morning light spreading slowly through a quiet room before everything fully awakens. During this rise, your brain temperature increases slightly, a tiny shift that sharpens thinking, improves reaction speed, and supports deeper clarity without effort naturally. It's during these rising phases that your prime time often appears, when your internal systems align to create a window of peak cognitive power. Dopamine plays a quiet role too, not in a hype-driven way but through gentle motivation, creating mental momentum that helps you engage more easily. Your brain loves consistency, so when your biological rhythms hit their peak, everything feels smoother, more immersive, and less resistant overall. This is why tasks feel easier during certain hours. The brain's chemistry, temperature, and readiness align perfectly, creating a natural flow state opportunity. Chronotypes explain part of this difference too. Some bodies wake quickly like sunrise learners, while others rise slowly and peak later like evening thinkers. Morning types feel early clarity as warmth and brightness internally, while evening types feel clarity as calm, slow building focus later in the day frequently. Neither is better. They're simply different biological rhythms shaped by genetics, environment, and personal patterns layered across years of lived experience. Your internal clock influences when your body wants to be alert, reflective, active, restful, or quietly creative without needing external scheduling dictates. Afternoon dips happen because your body experiences a natural metabolic slowdown, lowering energy slightly as your nervous system processes accumulated sensory input. This dip isn't failure. It's biology telling you it needs a moment, a small pause before rising again into later clarity windows. Sometimes your brain sharpens unexpectedly in the evening because external pressure decreases, inhibition drops, and your nervous system rebalances after the day's noise. In those moments, clarity returns not from discipline but from your body finally feeling safe and settled enough to focus genuinely. Your biological prime time is simply when your internal systems operate in harmony, breath deeper, heartbeat steady, brain warmed, chemistry aligned, mood centered effectively. Finding this time is less about tracking apps and more about noticing when your thoughts feel crisp and your motivation rises without forcing anything. It's the window where tasks feel enjoyable instead of draining, where your brain works with you instead of resisting every small demand heavily. Your body leaves subtle clues, your breath expands naturally, your posture feels lighter, and ideas come without the friction you felt earlier. These signals often repeat at similar times daily, forming a pattern revealing when your prime window opens and when it quietly closes again. You realize prime time isn't about scheduling perfectly. It's about tuning into the natural rhythm your body already follows faithfully every single day. This understanding becomes the bridge into integration, where your prime time shifts from theory into something you live by with more softness and awareness. You really understand your biological prime time when you finally work during those natural clarity hours and everything feels smoother than you expected from the same task earlier. There's a moment when your mind locks in gently, not with pressure but with presence, like your thoughts finally have space to breathe and open effortlessly. Your brain feels warmer, your focus steadier, and the work that once felt heavy now moves with a surprising ease you didn't need to force. Inside that window, distractions lose their sharpness because your mind isn't searching for escape, it's absorbed, engaged, and quietly enjoying the feeling of depth. You feel your breath settle lower, your shoulders loosen without thinking, and the work feels less like effort and more like alignment finally. These windows feel almost emotional, like reconnecting with a part of yourself that only appears when your body and mind agree on timing naturally. It's comforting recognizing you're capable of deep work. You just need the right hour, not endless discipline or constant pressure to perform perfectly. Working outside your prime time feels different. Your thoughts drag, your motivation fades quickly, and simple tasks feel heavier than they logically should today. But instead of blaming yourself, you start noticing the truth. Your biology wasn't ready, and forcing clarity during low-energy hours only creates unnecessary frustration generally. You begin giving yourself grace during dips, realizing your body isn't broken. It's cycling through its natural rhythm, rising and falling just like breath. This awareness softens your days, making them feel more human because you're no longer fighting internal patterns you never understood before honestly. You start aligning tasks to your windows gently, deep thinking during your peaks, lighter tasks when you dip, creative ideas when your mind unwinds easily. Work feels different when matched to your rhythm. It becomes more immersive, more peaceful, more satisfying because you're not swimming against your own biology constantly. Your day gains a quiet structure, not rigid but supportive, helping you move in ways that feel intentional instead of chaotic or draining mentally. You learn to trust yourself more, realizing your focus isn't inconsistent, it's rhythmic, and once you understand the rhythm, everything becomes easier to navigate. Even rest feels different. You stop punishing yourself for needing breaks during low energy hours because your body uses those dips to reset internally. Your nervous system feels calmer too, because honoring your rhythm removes pressure, replacing it with a gentler understanding of how your body naturally works. Over time, you notice your best ideas show up predictably, your smoothest work happens during certain hours, and your dips feel less frustrating altogether. Your biological prime time becomes something you protect instinctively, like a small sacred window where your mind feels truly alive, present, and capable deeply. And honoring that window brings a kind of self-respect, a quiet trust that you deserve to work with your biology rather than punishingly against it. Eventually this rhythm becomes part of your life, a calm, steady truth that makes your days feel more breathable, more grounded, more human in every way. And as that understanding settles, the story finds its final breath. There's something powerful about discovering the hours when your mind feels most alive, realizing clarity wasn't missing, you were just working against your rhythm unknowingly. If this helped you feel understood or a little lighter tonight, share it with someone searching for their own rhythm too. And if you want more insights that feel human, grounded, and quietly empowering, stay close. This space grows with you, one aligned moment at a time, with Vitality Vibes.